Hello viewers, today we are going to see company accounts. It's a comprehensive problem. It means we are going to have pro-rata allotment as well as forfeiture and reissue of shares. Okay, the sum goes like this. A Limited invited applications for issuing 1 lakh shares of 10 each at a premium of 1 per share. So on application tree, allotment tree, which includes 1 rupee premium, and on first call tree, and balance and final call will be 2 rupee. So they have received an application of 1,60,000 shares, which is allotted as follows. Number 1 is, for those who have applied for 90,000 shares, they were allotted 40,000 shares. And the second category, 50,000 shares applicants are allotted 40,000 shares, and the rest 20,000 shares have been given full shares. And the question also says the excess money paid on application to be adjusted against allotment and calls. And a Reissue, a shareholder, applied for 1500 shares, belonged to category 2, did not pay the allotment. Means here we have to see whether the security premium has been received or not. First and second and final call money. And because the shares are forfeited after the final call, so we need not to worry. We have to debit the share capital account with a face value of 10 rupee per share. Another shareholder who applied for 1800 shares, belonged to category 1, did not pay the first, second, final call money. So here the security premium problem is not there. He did not pay only the call amount. This also forfeited after the final call. So we are going to debit the share capital account with the face value of rupee 10. But in the first case, we have to see whether he has paid the security premium or not. If security premium is not paid, that is the premium 1 rupee per share is not paid, then we have to debit the security premium account. And these shares were forfeited and subsequently reissued at 7, fully paid up. So there is a shortage of 3 rupees, so which we are going to use from the shares forfeited account. So first of all, you have to, such type of pro-rata allotment, you have to make working notes. Working notes carry 30% of marks in your question. Suppose your question is of 10 marks, at least 3 marks you are going to get for your working notes. So here we are going to make at least 3 or 4 working notes. First one is we are going to make working note for this pro-rata allotment. Second one is for the first category fellow, how much he has paid, because we did not know how much he has been allotted. We have to find out how many shares were allotted to him, then we can adjust the amount paid on application. Second shareholder also, they have given the shares applied, so we have to find out the shares allotted. So for that also we have to make one working note and one more working note for calculating the capital reserve. So let us first proceed with the pro-rata. Whenever there is given a pro-rata allotment, you already know that share capital account cannot exceed 1 lakh shares. Okay. So now they have applied for 90,000 shares. Those who have applied for 90,000 shares were allotted only 40,000 shares. I have not made one column for that because it will become too lengthy. So the application money received is 3 rupees. So they must have paid 2,70,000 rupees. Is it clear to you? Okay. So now what happened? These people have been given only 40,000 shares. So application money will be 40,000 into 3. That will be only 1,20,000 will go to your share capital account, and rest they got, again this is 3 rupees on allotment. So for 40,000 shares we can utilize the amount 1,20,000. So now the total is 2,40,000. The balance left out is 30,000, which will be adjusted against the first call amount. There is no money left out for second call and there is no refund. Okay. The second category, they have applied for 50,000 shares. So when they applied for 50,000 shares, they have paid 50,000 into 3 rupees. So we received the money of 1,50,000. They have also been allotted 40,000 shares. So the application money goes again 1,20,000. Now balance left out in this category is 30,000, which will be adjusted against allotment. There is no call money, first or second call, and there is no refund. The last category is 20,000 shares. They have applied 20,000 shares and they got fully 20,000 shares. So they have paid only 60,000 as application money, and this 60,000 has gone as application money. They did not pay any excess amount because whatever they applied, they have been allotted fully. So now the total shares applied for is 1,60,000 shares, but we have to receive only for 1,00,000 shares. We will be transferring to share capital. Here we have received the amount of 6 plus 5, 11 plus 7, 80,000 plus 1, 4,80,000. So we have received 4,80,000. We know that only 1 lakh shares will go to our share capital account. 1 lakh into 3 rupees, 3 lakh rupees has gone to our application money to share capital account, and 1,50,000 will go to your allotment. Excess amount adjusted towards allotment and call. Call is only 30,000. So the total comes to 4,80,000. First, you may put all this amount in calls in advance account, because the question asks you to open calls in advance and calls in arrear account. Or you can write it in allotment and calls in advance. We can put it in calls in advance and transfer it to allotment and calls. Okay. So the second note, what we are going to prepare, working note. The first fellow, what is his name? Reissue, is applied for 1,500 shares and belong to category 2. So Reissue has applied for 1,500 shares. See here you have to note it very carefully. He applied, the shares applied is given in the question. He applied for 1,500 shares. What you wanted to know? We wanted to know how much he has been allotted. Allotted shares we need. See, first you have to determine what is required. Allotted shares are required. So what is required, you keep it in the right hand side of an equation. We are going to make one equation, first line and second line. So what is required? Allotted is required. So I need allotted. And now keep the allotted, because he belongs to category 2. Category 2 is allotted 40,000, applied 50,000. That we know. So this is allotted. This is what we required. So we know the allotted, same category should go up. You can't do something else here. So against 40,000 allotted, how much is applied? If 50,000 shares were applied, allotted how much? Allotted is 40,000. So we know Reissue has applied for 1,500. So then how much is your allotted? Okay. So simply do the cross multiplication and divide it by the first line. So what I am going to do, 40,000 into 1,500 divided by 50,000. I'll explain it in Tamil also if you don't understand. என்ன தேவை நமக்கு allotted தேவை. எது தேவையோ அதை ரைட் ஹேண்ட் சைடில் செகண்ட் லைனில் வைங்க. அதே கேட்டகரியை தான் மேலே கொண்டுட்டு போகணும். நம்ம அலாட்டட்னா மேலே அலாட்டட் இருக்கணும், இங்கே அப்ளைட்னா மேலேயும் அப்ளைடு இருக்கணும். ஸோ அலாட்டட்டாக நமக்கு தேவை. நமக்கு கொஸ்டினில் தெரிஞ்ச அலாட்மெண்ட் எவ்வளவு? 40,000. அந்த 40,000க்கு எகென்ஸ்ட் அவங்க எவ்வளோ அப்ளை பண்ணியிருந்தாங்க? 50,000 அப்ளை பண்ணவங்களுக்கு 40,000 ஷேர்ஸ் அலாட் ஆகிருக்கு. ஸோ இப்போ ரிஷபா 1,500 அப்ளை பண்ணியிருந்தாருன்னா அவருக்கு எவ்வளோ அலாட் ஆகிருக்கும் அப்படிங்கிறத கண்டுபிடிக்கணும். ஜஸ்ட் கிராஸ் மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணுங்கள், ஃபஸ்ட் லைன் அமௌண்ட்டால் டிவைட் பண்ணுங்கள். தட் யூ ஆர் கோயிங் டு கெட், யூ cut off these things, and this is 0 and 0, and this is 3. So what is the shares allotted is 1,200. See here, now this man must have paid 1,500 into 3 rupees amount paid, because he applied for 1,500, so he must have paid 1,500 into 3 rupees. So 4,500 towards application, but adjusted towards application is only 3 rupees of 1,200 shares, that is equal to 3,600. So what is the amount left out is 900, which will be adjusted towards allotment. This amount towards allotment left out towards allotment. See here, now here you have to understand a very important point. Whenever there is a share is issued at a premium, first you adjust this amount against allotment. If any amount is left out, then security premium will be taken. I will explain in Tamil also. Suppose உங்களுக்கு ஒரு ஷேர் வந்து ப்ரீமியமில் இஷ்யூ பண்ணியிருந்தாங்க அப்படின்னா, உங்கள்கிட்ட இருக்கிற எக்ஸஸ் அமௌண்ட் ஆஃப்டர் அப்ளிகேஷன் எவ்வளோ அமௌண்ட் இருக்கோ அந்த அமௌண்ட்டை ஃபஸ்ட்டு அலாட்மெண்ட்டுக்கு அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்ணிக்கணும். இப்போ நமக்கு அலாட்மெண்ட்டுக்கு 2 ரூபாய் வேணும். 1,200 இன் திஸ் கேஸ், 1,200 into 2 2,400 வேணும். 900 தான் இருக்குது. ஸோ நம்ம செக்யூரிட்டி ப்ரீமியம் சுத்தமாக வரலைன்னு எடுத்துக்கணும். அப்படி எடுக்கும்போது தான் நம்ம செக்யூரிட்டி ப்ரீமியமை நம்ம பின்னாடி வந்து ஃபோர்ஃபெய்ச்சர் பண்ணும்போது நம்ம டெபிட் பண்ண போகிறோம். இந்த அமௌண்ட்டு அலாட்மெண்ட்டில் போகுது. கிளியர்? ஓகே, ஸோ ஐ திங்க் இட்ஸ் கிளியர். So first what you have to do, you have to adjust against allotment, amount adjust against allotment. After that any amount is left out, then you go for the security premium. But here the amount is not at all sufficient even for allotment, so no question of security premium. So next category fellow is Sudha. Here also they have given the applied. So we need, my handwriting is not so good in this pen, so please bear with me. So Sudha has applied for 1,800 shares, but this Sudha belongs to category 1. In category 1, 90,000 applied is given, allotted 40,000 shares. So again the same funda I have told you, we require what is allotted, so keep it on the right hand side. Second line, what is allotted, and keep the same allotted above this line. Allotted is 40,000, against this 40,000 how much is applied? Applied is 90,000. If 90,000 applied, allotted is equal to 40,000. But this fellow has applied for, if Sudha has applied for 1,800 shares, then what is the allotted? The same thing, cross multiply and divide it by 90,000. So 40,000 into 1,800 divided by 90,000. So the total shares allotted is 800. What this Sudha must have paid for 1,800 shares when she was applying, she would have paid 3 rupees. That comes to 5,400. 3 8s are 24 to 5,400. But she has been given only 800 shares. Only 3 rupees That is application money adjusted is 2400. Okay, so the balance left out is 3000 rupees. Again we need security premium and allotment is total of 3 rupees. So here we can adjust easily, amount is more, so we can adjust this, so no need of security premium problem. So only left out is 600. This amount towards call, first call, towards first call. Okay, see here we can easily work out the capital reserve also. See here, first one is Reissue. Whatever the amount paid will go to shares forfeiture account, that all of you know. Reissue paid 4500. This will go to his forfeiture account. Sudha paid 5400, but security premium will not go into her forfeiture account, that will be cancelled. Security will be, premium will be 1 rupee per share. For 800 shares it is 800, so only 4600 will go to her forfeiture account. So the total amount available in forfeiture is 9100. The shares were issued at 7 rupees. We require 3 rupees. So the total shares, this is 1200 and this is 800. Total shares 2000 into 3, that is equal to 6000 we require from loss on issue of shares. Okay, this will be taken from shares forfeited account. We are having 9100 minus 6000. I don't have space, so I am writing like this. You can make it neatly. 3100 will go to your capital reserve. Clear? So now we are ready with all the working notes. We can make easier and faster our this journal. First journal we are going to make with this. We have received 4,80,000 from bank. We are going to transfer it to application account. Then from application account we are going to share capital. This will go to your calls in advance account. Okay, so first we are going to start with the bank account. Bank account. Whenever you write your exam, please make the columns in pencil. Format has to be made in pencil, and always leave a space good enough so that anything goes wrong you can change it. Bank account we have received 4,80,000. Okay, so you can make here also is simply 1,60,000 shares has been applied and we have received, sorry for my handwriting, so 4,80,000. So this will go to share application account. Okay, share application account. 4,80,000. You simply write application money received. If date is given, please don't forget to put the date. Application money received. Okay, so next thing, now we are going to transfer it. We have already made the working note. By seeing the working note, you can make it share application account debit 4,80,000. Always leave one line every time when you write the journal entry to share capital account. Only for 1 lakh shares we will be able to transfer. So 1 lakh into 3, because the company has invited application for 1 lakh only. So you can't make it more than that to your share capital account. Okay. Now the balance amount we will put it in calls in advance, because the question asks us to operate the calls in advance. Otherwise you can write share allotment and call account. So calls in advance account. Debit. You can write here the working note reference 1. Okay, so calls in advance account will go to 1,80,000. Total amount I am putting here. Okay, so here you can write application money transferred. And write your narration within the particulars column. Application money transferred. That's it. Okay. So now moving on to the allotment due. Allotment due, you have no problem. You have to make the allotment due for 1 lakh shares at the rate of 3 rupees, and 1 rupee will go to securities premium and other 2 rupees will go to your share capital account. Okay. So we are going to make the due. So share allotment account debit. How much shares? You know that it is only 1 lakh shares, and along with the premium amount it is 3 rupees. So we are going to debit share allotment account with 3 lakh rupee, and to share capital account ₹2 lakh. And securities premium account 1 rupee. Securities premium account. There is a change in CBSE, you know, I hope so. I wrote it here, I'll write it here. 2 lakh. This is 1 lakh. So if anything goes wrong, you can just make like this and write like this. Now you have to write only securities premium, not securities premium reserve account. Always leave one line and write here. So allotment become due. Now we are going to receive the amount. You already know here we have made the working note. This fellow has not, he paid only 4,500, 3,600 has gone to application, 900 is only left out, but we require 1,200 shares into 3 rupees. Again we require 3,600, but he has paid only 900. So 2,700 has not yet received from that fellow in bank. Others must have paid. So what we are going to write, share capital account, bank account debit. So we are going to receive the amount from bank. Always when you write this journal, do one thing. Don't write the bank amount first. Bank account debit. See, leave this line, and then we know calls in arrear. because the question asks us to open calls in arrear. You know that fellow has paid only 4,500. Out of 4,500, 3,600 is utilized towards application. Only 900 is left out. But we require 1,200 into 3, 3,600 we require. But we have got only 900. So 2,700 is 2,700 is calls in arrear. And the next fellow has paid, so we need not to worry about it. And we know that in the first working note, there is towards allotment we have got an excess amount of 1,50,000. So we have to debit the calls in advance also by 1,50,000 calls in advance. See here in the first journal, we have credited the calls in advance account with the rupees 1,80,000. I'll show you that so that you don't have any doubt at all. See here, calls in advance was credited. Sorry, I wrote debit. Calls in advance is credited with 1,80,000. So now we are going to take the 1,50,000. 30,000 is for calls, first call amount. So we are not going to that amount, take that amount. So 1,50,000. Then you write here to share allotment account. Share allotment is 3 lakh rupee. So that you don't make a mistake. Share allotment account is 3 lakh rupees. So out of 3 lakh, we have already received 1,50,000. Out of 1,50,000, we have received only 2,700. So we did not receive 1,47,300. Got it? Now make the total 1,47,300, 148, 150, 150. Okay. So allotment money received. Always leave one line. Allotment money received. Okay, so now allotment is over. Now coming back to your first call, we have to make a due for first call. So first call account, we are going to make due. Share first call account is again 3 rupees. Share first call account for 1 lakh shares it is 3 rupees. So it is 3 lakh rupees debit to share capital account. Yes, to share capital account. ₹3 lakh. First call due. Now again when the money has come, now both the fellows have not paid in fully. So bank account we will leave it clearly. Then we know there is a calls in advance 30 rupees with us as per our working note. Here you can write working note number 1 also. When you want to write here, you can make it as working note 1. So as per calls in advance, as per working note 1, we have got 30,000 rupees. So we are going to debit that 30,000 rupees, and there are 2 fellows have become defaulter now. So that becomes your calls in arrear. Clear? Calls in arrear. Clearly the first fellow, Rishabh, has not paid anything. Rishabh was allotted 1200 shares. He did not pay 3 rupees per call. So 3600 we have not received. As far as Sudha is concerned, Sudha has paid some amount and 600 is we have got against Sudha's call amount. So Sudha has to pay 800 into 3. We need 800 into 3. 2400. But Sudha has paid 600. Okay. So we require 1800 from Sudha and 3600 from this Rishabh. So total calls in due arrear has become 5400. Clear? So calls in arrear has become 5400. And we know we have to credit the share first call account with 3 lakh rupee. So what is the balance amount? 35,400, 2,64,600. 2,94,000, 2,95,000, 3 lakh. Okay. So call money received. So you can write here first call amount, money received. Now we have to make the second call due. We have to make the second call due. Second call, both of them have not paid and we don't have any money in advance also. Okay. Share second and final call account. Second and final call. It is only 2 rupee per share is left out. So for 1 lakh shares, we are going to debit it with 2 lakh and share capital is credited with 2 lakh. Second call due. Second call due. Now in bank, for both of them money have not received. First one is allotted 1200 shares, the Rishabh, and this Sudha has been allotted 800 shares. So total of 2000 shares we have not received any money for second and final call. So 2000 shares, 1200 plus 800, this is your 2000 shares at the rate of 2 rupee per share. We have not received 4000 rupees. Balance amount has been received. So bank account has come 1,96,000. So always make like this. You will not make a mistake in your bank account. To second and final call account. This will be 2 lakh rupee. Now we are going to do the forfeiture. Okay. So now what happened? Forfeiture account, we are going to make it in one go. First one is share capital account. We already know the share capital will always be debited with the called up amount. Here the forfeiture is made after the final call. So we are going to debit the share capital at the rate of 10 rupees. So total shares forfeited were 2000 at the rate of 10 rupees. So share capital account is debited with 20,000. And all of us know the Reissue, this fellow, He has not paid the securities premium account. So we have to, if he has not paid the securities premium account, we have to debit the security premium account. எப்பெல்லாம் செக்யூரிட்டி ப்ரீமியம் பே பண்ணலையோ, அவங்க எவ்வளோ எக்ஸஸ் பே பண்ணியிருக்காங்களோ ஃபஸ்ட்டு அதை அலாட்மெண்ட்டுக்கு அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்ணணும். மீதி இருந்தால் தான் செக்யூரிட்டி ப்ரீமியமுக்கு போகணும். அவர் கொடுத்ததில் 900 ருபீஸ் தான் எக்ஸ்ட்ரா இருந்தது. அவருக்கு அலாட்மெண்ட்டுக்கே நமக்கு வந்து 3600 தேவைப்பட்டது. 1200 ஷேர்ஸ் நம்ம அவருக்கு அலாட் பண்ணோம். இன்ட்டு 3 அலாட்மெண்ட்டு 2 ரூபானா 2400 நமக்கு அலாட்மெண்ட்டுக்கு வேணும், ப்ளஸ் 1200 வேணும். அந்த 1200 அவர் கொடுக்கல. ஸோ நாம் இப்போ என்ன பண்ண போகிறோம், அந்த 1200 ஷேருக்கு அவர் 1 ரூபா கொடுக்கல, அந்த செக்யூரிட்டி ப்ரீமியமை நாம் இப்போ டெபிட் பண்ண போகிறோம் 1200. ஓகே, இப்போ நாம் என்ன பண்ண போகிறோம், கால்ஸ் இன் அரியரை நம்ம வந்து க்ரெடிட் போட போகிறோம். ஃபஸ்ட்டு நம்ம அப்போ என்ன எழுதுவோம், எதெல்லாம் பே பண்ணலையோ அதெல்லாம் க்ரெடிட் பண்ண போகிறோம். கால்ஸ் இன் அரியர், இது க்ரெடிட் ஆக போகுது. இதில் வந்து ஃபஸ்ட்டு வந்து அலாட்மெண்ட்டில் எவ்வளோ பணம் அனுப்பலை நம்ம அது ப்ராக்கெட்டில் எழுதிக்குவோம். ஷேர் அலாட்மெண்ட் அக்கௌண்ட், ஷேர் அலாட்மெண்ட்டுக்கு அவர் எவ்வளோ பணம் கொடுக்கல, 2700 பேங்க்கில் இருக்குது. நம்ம ஏற்கனவே பார்த்துட்டோம். 1200க்கு அவர் வந்து 900 தான் எக்ஸ்ட்ரா பே பண்ணியிருக்கிறாரு, 3600 கொடுத்துருக்கணும். ஸோ 2700 அலாட்மெண்ட்டில் நமக்கு பணம் வரலை. ஸோ கால்ஸு நிறைய திரும்பவும் நம்ம க்ரெடிட் போட போகிறோம். ஏன்னா நம்ம மேலே கொஸ்டினில் எல்லா கால்ஸு நிறைய நம்ம டெபிட் போட்டு வச்சுருக்கோம். நீங்கள் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஐ ஷோ யூ ஹியர் கால்ஸு நிறைய அலாட்மெண்ட் வரும்போது நம்ம 2700க்கு டெபிட் போட்டு வச்சுருக்கோம். இப்போ நம்ம என்ன பண்ண போகிறோம், கால்ஸு நிறைய க்ரெடிட் போட போகிறோம். திரும்ப நம்ம 5400க்கு ஃபஸ்ட்டு காலுக்கு டெபிட் போட்டு வச்சுருக்கோம். ஸோ இங்கே நீங்கள் வேணும்னா இதில் ப்ராக்கெட்டில் எழுதிக்கலாம் ஃபஸ்ட் கால் அக்கௌண்ட். நம்ம அதுதான் இங்கே க்ரெடிட் போட போகிறோம். ஏன்னா ஃபோர்ஃபீட் பண்ணும்போது நம்ம எல்லாத்தையும் ரிவர்ஸ் பண்ண போகிறோம். ஃபஸ்ட் காலுக்கு வந்து அவங்க கட்டாத பணம், 2 பேரும் சேர்ந்து கட்டாத பணம் 5400. அடுத்தது திரும்பவும் கால்ஸு அரியர் நம்ம போட்டிருக்கோம் 4000 ருபீஸ். பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இங்கே இருக்கும், இந்த இருக்கு பாருங்க ஃபைனல் காலுக்கு. ஸோ கால்ஸு அரியர் இதை நீங்கள் மொத்தமாகவும் போட்டுக்கலாம், இப்படி தனித்தனியாகவும் போட்டுக்கலாம். இன் யுவர் புக் தே மே ரைட் இந்த கால்ஸு அரியர் டோட்டலாக அமௌண்ட் வந்து அவங்க ஃபுல்லாக போடலாம். நீங்கள் வந்து செகண்ட் அண்ட் ஃபைனல் கால் உங்களுக்கு எப்படி வசதியோ அப்படி போட்டுக்கலாம். யூ கேன் மேக் இட் அ செப்பரேட் ஒன், ஆர் நீங்கள் இந்த கால்ஸு அரியரை மொத்தமாக நீங்கள் வந்து ஆட் பண்ணி 4000 + 5000 9000 to 11,000 11,000 12,100ன்னு போட்டுக்கலாம். இப்படி பிரிச்சும் போட்டுக்கலாம். சரியா, இப்போ அவங்க கட்டின பணத்தை நம்ம ஃபோர்ஃபியேட்டடில் கொண்டுட்டு போக போகிறோம். டு ஷேர்ஸ் ஃபோர்ஃபியேட்டட் அக்கௌண்ட். இதில் நான் ஏற்கனவே சொன்ன மாதிரி அவர் கட்டினது வந்து 4500. ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஆள் கட்டினது எவ்வளவு, 4500. செகண்ட் பர்சன் கட்டினது எவ்வளவு, 5400. 5400ல் அவருடைய 800 வந்து ப்ரீமியம் 1 ரூபி ப்ரீமியமை வந்து கழிச்சிட்டு மீதி வந்து 4600 தான் நம்ம வந்து ஃபோர்ஃபீட் பண்ண முடியும். ஸோ ஷேர்ஸ் ஃபோர்ஃபியேட்டடில் வந்து 9100 தான் போகும். நீங்கள் இந்த பக்கம் நீங்கள் மேட்ச் பண்ணியும் பார்த்துக்கலாம். 7 + 4 11 + 1 12 + 1 10 14 19 to 21. So the journal has also matched. Now we are going to write the 2000 shares forfeited for non-payment of allotment and call money etc. Don't forget to write your narration. அடுத்து நீங்கள் CA ஃபவுண்டேஷன் எழுதுறீங்கன்னா இங்கே ரைட் ஹேண்ட் சைடில் ஒரு ப்ளூ லைன் இருக்கும், அங்கே நீங்கள் எதுவுமே எழுதக்கூடாது. ஓகே, ஸோ நவ் வி ஆர் கோயிங் டு மேக் த லாஸ்ட் என்ட்ரி ஃபார் த கேபிட்டல் ரிசர்வ். இப்போ நமக்கு வந்து ரீஇஷ்யூ ஆகிருக்கு. ஷேர்ஸ் ரீஇஷ்யூ போது பேங்க்கில் 2000 ஷேர்ஸை 7 ரூபாய்க்கு கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. பேங்க் அக்கௌண்ட் டெபிட் 2000 shares at a rate of 7. ஸோ நமக்கு எவ்வளோ தான் வந்திருக்கு? 14,000 வந்திருக்கு. நமக்கு எவ்வளோ ரூபாய் தேவை? 3 rupees நமக்கு தேவை. அதை வந்து நம்ம ஷேர்ஸ் ஃபோர்ஃபியேட்டட்லேருந்து தான் எடுக்க போகிறோம். ஃபோர்ஃபியேட்டட் அக்கௌண்ட் பிகாஸ் இட் இஸ் ஃபுல்லி பெய்ட் அப். ஃபுல்லி பெய்ட் அப்னா 10 rupees ஷேரை 7 ரூபாய்க்கு கொடுத்துட்டாங்க. ஸோ 3 ரூபாய் நம்ம ஃபோர்ஃபியேட்டட்லேருந்து யூஸ் பண்ண போகிறோம். 2000 into 3. All the shares were reissued. ஸோ நமக்கு எந்த பிரச்சனையும் கிடையாது. ஸோ 6,000 rupees நம்ம ஃபோர்ஃபியேட்டட்லேருந்து எடுத்துட்டோம். ஸோ நம்ம இப்போ வந்து ஷேர் கேபிட்டலுக்கு கொண்டு போக போகிறோம். ஷேர் கேபிட்டல் அக்கௌண்ட் 10 ரூபாயால் டோட்டல் 20,000ல் ஷேர் கேபிட்டல் அக்கௌண்ட் வந்து நமக்கு கிரெடிட் ஆகிடும். இப்போ நீங்கள் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஆல்ரெடி நமக்கு ஷேர்ஸ் ஃபோர்ஃபியேட்டடில் எவ்வளோ இருக்குது? 9,100 இருக்குது. நம்ம 6,000 யூஸ் பண்ணிட்டோம். நம்மக்கிட்ட பேலன்ஸ் எவ்வளோ இருக்குது? 3,100. ஷேர்ஸ் ஃபோர்ஃபியேட்டட் அக்கௌண்ட் டெபிட் 3,100 to capital reserve account. $3,100. Gain on reissue transfer to capital reserve account. Gain on reissue transferred to capital reserve account. நீங்கள் CA ஃபவுண்டேஷன் எழுதுறீங்க அப்படின்னா always write the question number on the top and then you write, when you start the question you write in the top your question number. Here you write your question number in the middle. If you are having here, you write the question number here. Suppose this 4A, you write 4A and you write on the side margin also. Okay, that's all in this video. I hope you would have understood the problem easily and what is the importance of your working note, etc. Thank you for watching.